what is happening. Obviously, that would be something that Louisa does at your office. So, but I always like to ask this question about, I mean, like Gary Keller, right? He always says tomorrow's mega agent is not even licensed yet today. So what do you guys take that to mean?
Sorry, what was the website again? I missed that. Agent.kw.com.
Agent.kw.com. And don't worry, we're going to get there in 1 second. But what do you guys think Gary means when he says this? Any guesses?
I mean, there's always somebody better.
Yeah, basically, you're right. Because we really have to keep up with the times. Even if you knew everything today, say you've been in this business for 20 years, right? Or whatever. Tomorrow, something new is going to happen, especially with technology, where now we don't know everything again, right? So just something worth thinking about, obviously, from that kind of a perspective. Did I see something in the chat? No? Okay. Okay, cool. And so you guys just yell out loud, just like you did, if you have any other questions. But I want to give you some information real quick, just so you have it if you didn't have this. By the way, I'm the assistant team leader at the Hollywood Hills office, and I'm also a productivity coach in Santa Barbara. But I've mostly been a productivity coach my whole life, other than being an agent. And so my background is really in helping people with, their business and organizing it. And I'm definitely a very systems oriented person. And so when we went into lockdown, I basically decided right then and there that I'm not teaching anything anymore that doesn't have something to do with technology, because we couldn't do anything else, right? So, so that's why I also do a bunch of the tech training. This is my cell phone number. Feel free to save it and text me anytime. Please don't email me. If you email me, also text me then. Okay, because otherwise your email might get lost. Okay, and then yeah, so I've been a coach since 2017. I've been in real estate since 2015. And there is also another number that you might get texts from me, which is my Twilio number. So that and I'll show you how to set up yours if you didn't do it yet, but this is something that we definitely do every time I'm there in person. And people in office can also help you with this if you're having technical difficulties. But basically, Twilio allows us to pick our own phone number. And if you look at mine, you can see that mine is exactly the same with all the digits except for the 3 in the middle. So you can actually go in there and try to see what kind of a phone number you can find for yourself. This is where your auto text will go to your clients from. And if they respond, like you could text me or call me on either one of these numbers, they both always just go to my cell phone. Right? All right. So I'm going to go over some things. Okay, Page is the bookmark. If you are at all like me, you hate passwords and always trying to recover them, right? So make sure you guys bookmark your stuff. So what that looks like is, your life will be a whole lot easier if you save some of the most important websites that you keep using to your bookmarks bar. Okay, does everyone know how to bookmark something?
It's just that star, right?
Yep, all you need to do is hit the star, and then it's just going to give you what do you want to call this bookmark. And I recommend trying to use something a little shorter, that way you can see more things up here. And then once you're out of space up here, they all go into this list on the side. So you can have tons of bookmarks, but use something that's easy for you to see, right? So definitely bookmark agent.kw.com, right? Bookmark your car.org. That's where your zip forms live. That's where you're going to write your offers from. And bookmark whatever MLS you're on. And then you can also bookmark if you want to. My coaching website is spotlightrealtornetwork.com. And there's a bunch of information on there too, and technology and all kinds of other materials that you can kind of look through. It's all just free stuff. So feel free to bookmark that if you want to. What other important websites do you guys think you should bookmark?
Title reps bookmark, page.
Yeah. Anything you think you need to use, anything with passwords. I mean, I do keep like a password log as well, but just like, and then your own KW website is one that you might want to bookmark. So I'll show you how to find that in a minute. Right. If you use Mojo or any other kind of a dialer, that's a good one to bookmark. I also have my KW Connect bookmarked next to command. That way I can get there easily and see, you know. You can also bookmark the calendar that comes from the office. So whenever you click on that live calendar, it'll type of a link. You could bookmark that. So like I have that different calendars bookmarked in different other places, right? The KW Calabasas resource site would be probably a pretty good one. So hold on a second, let me go over here. I'll tell you what it is. I'm sure Bree knows, but kwcalabasas.info. This is you guys' resource site. So you can bookmark that, then you have all kinds of, you know, help in here for you. And then anything else that you feel like you want to get in the habit of doing, I like to bookmark instead of have a to-do list. So for example, if I want to get in the habit of looking at some real estate market articles every morning, for instance, instead of like just going to Facebook or whatever, you can bookmark sites for that too. One of the ones that I really like is keepingcurrentmatters.com. Keeping Current Matters allows you to pull their articles and post them and, you know, share the information with your clients on social media. Don't pay for it. It'll say, oh, you want to subscribe or try 1 week for free, just X out of it. All of the articles are free. They're under the blog tab.
Can you repeat that, please? The website?
Yeah, it's keepingcurrentmatters.com. Keepingcurrentmatters.com. Okay. Bree, can you think of any other ones that your office specifically has website wise?
I know we're still working on that other website, so I don't think we've made it public yet, so I'll share that once we do.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else
Canva, your Gmail.
Yeah, I mean, so, oh, well, okay, and I'll say this again later, but if you are on, you know, your Mac and whatever, you want to try to use Chrome for our stuff. Here's why: we're partnered with Google, so Command works a lot better on a Chrome platform. The nice thing about that is that then when you are on a Chrome platform, you know, if you do get into, for example, your Gmail, which your KW email is a Gmail, right? Then you have this little box that I'm going to go over in a minute, but this is all of your Google apps. And if you have any other Gmail accounts, which most of us do, you can hook them all in one place and just add them all here. So you can easily switch between accounts as well and not have to keep logging in and, you know, over and over again.
How do we get that KW Gmail account? I guess I'm really new and I haven't had I mean, I've been kind of just setting things up myself as I go.
Yeah.
Is it automatically there?
Yeah, so the login should have been sent to you. They're in that intro email from Scott Leroy. So it'll have your KW email address. And you just go to gmail.com and plug in with the KW email on Gmail. Okay. And then, yeah, and then you can customize it and, you know, we can help you get your e-signatures and all those things set up once you're to that point, right? Okay, so then when you're in your Gmail, because we are partnered with Google, your KW email gives you that entire Google suite. So all of these little apps you can always pull up from any of this little 9-button tab up here, right? And so, for example, you want to use the calendar that's hooked up to that particular email, so you know what your work calendar is, right? And so now it's going to bring up the calendar site, but look, there's again, still the Google apps are up here. So you can always go in here and easily get to all your different things. You even have your own YouTube site set up for you. So that's attached to your KW email if you want to post your house videos or whatever it is that you want to post, right? These, by the way, there might be in different order for you because you can move them around by just grabbing them. So I just have them like that because I just use the mail, the calendar, and Drive the most. Right? Google Drive. Anybody here never used Google Drive? Nope. Okay. Everyone's kind of used it at some point.
I use it all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So, same thing. This is attached to your KW, you know, email. So you definitely want to start some sort of an organizational system in here. You can, you know, add new folders for everything. So maybe have one folder for training, maybe have one folder for, you know, like I use my own transaction files that come, you know, before I end up dumping the final ones somewhere. When people email me, you know, other agents email me something, I'll dump them in there. You might want to have some like business, maybe like, you know, allied resources files. So you know who's who, like if you ever get lender cards or stager cards or whatever, yeah, you can put them into command, but you can also kind of create a directory for yourself if you want to. I don't know. But so keep this organized. And then if anyone ever shares something with you, you can always click this, always drops you onto your drive, but then you can always click shared with me to see if you can't get back to some form that somebody once shared with you, just click the shared with me button and you're going to start seeing all these files. And it's pretty cool because it actually kind of groups everyone by, if like one person has shared more things with you, then it'll group it by the person and all kinds of things like that, right? Okay. Any questions on this? You guys good? All right. Next up is, all right, so your important page is the bookmark. Let's talk about the apps. You're gonna want to have both of these applications downloaded to your telephone. So you just go to your app store and search for KW Realty, which is gonna be the white Keller Williams application. And then you're gonna want the KW Command, that's gonna be your red one. Okay. Everybody have those downloaded, or does somebody still need to download them?
I have one. I have it, but like all my information still hasn't been put into it. I think I have to get with that Scott Lloyd person and.
There's a.
Okay.
In the welcome email, like I thought, and then it'll give you a bunch of log.
Yeah, I set it up and then somehow they never got it. I sent it and then they never got it. And then I talked to you, I guess, to know about it.
That's for the mortgage, Michael Wood.
Whichever one you have to write the bio, is that the Scott Lewis? Okay. Okay.
Okay, so what's the difference with these two apps? The white one is the one you're gonna give to customers. The red one is the thing that connects to your own command, so you can see your command platform on your phone easily on the go. right? So, it's pretty cool in that sense. So what you would want to do, and I think we discovered this as we were doing the tech training last time, is that Scott Leroy has already created a login for you, most likely for this white app. Is that correct? Or did you have to create a login? Anybody know?
I have the app. When you came here last time, I attended and you set it up for me, but that's the only interaction I've had about this. So
Okay.
I need to talk to that Scott Leroy. I need to get set up with him because I really feel a little lost with what's happening with that.
Okay.
So I'll get with him like this week and figure that out. But you did set it up with me when I came to your thing the other night.
Yeah, so the only thing you need to do on the white application is you need to go create a login. This is not something that it's not the same application as it's not the same login as it is with Command, because you technically don't have a login to it. You're logging in like you were a client, right? So you're gonna log in, and then once you're in there, just create yourself a password or whatever. Now, if the app says when you try to do that, if it tells you like, oh, I already have the application, then or that you already have a login to it, then you would then you need to check. Then Scott Leroy might have created that for you. So I know I was trying to figure that out. Normally they don't do that, but that's something that they might have started doing. So okay. So you would create the login, and then you want to make sure that you see yourself as an agent on the more page, so that it says, instead of saying find an agent, inside of a black box, you see yourself. If it still says find an agent, you need to find yourself and save yourself as the agent. So that's the only thing you really need to do on that one. That's the app that we would share with other people. KW Command app on the other side is going to be the same thing as your Command platform on your website, I mean on your laptop. And what that's going to do is it'll allow you to be on the go, touching your own sites. Let me go back in here.
I read that on those ones. They don't rent within 180 days.
Okay. So are those people talking to me or okay, just checking. Okay, Command marketing profile. So this is something you're going to need to go create. So you're going to go to your KW Command, agent.kw.com, log in, and you're going to go over here to settings. I'm going to mute you for a second because I can't hear myself. Okay. So you're going to go to settings, and then what you're going to do is when you hop onto the settings tab, right here under applications where it says connected app, you're going to want to connect everything that you recognize for you to be connected. In other words, DocuSign, you already have a DocuSign account. So you're just going to hit connect account, and you're going to put in your KW email, and it's going to connect you. We already pay for DocuSign for you. You want to connect your Facebook, and there's going to be two of the Facebooks here. So one Facebook is going to be post scheduling, meaning it's free. And then the other Facebook is going to say ads manager, and that one is going to be your business Facebook. Okay. Twitter, you can connect if you have it, you don't have to. I don't think Porch is in this section, so I'm going to show you in a minute where you're going to go to get it. Because this section will also it shows all the basic apps for you that you need. But then it also ends up, if you download any apps from your marketplace up here, then it's going to also pull them into here for you. All right. You're gonna want to connect your Gmail. So the KW email that you use, you'll want to connect that. What that will do for you is when, even if you're just in your own Gmail platform and you email someone who's in your database, it's going to stick to their email profile in your database, and you don't actually ever have to go into your database and say, oh, I emailed this person today, here's what we talked about it. So basically it's eliminating duplicate data entry, if that makes sense. If you guys have questions, just unmute yourself, because I can't actually unmute you. So just let me know. All right, so then you're gonna connect everything. You connect Instagram if you have that. Connect your calendars. All right, you want to connect command email. Don't connect anything else. Command email is free up to 5,000 emails per month. The reason you need command email is because that is where the auto emails are going to go through. So those are going to be like the bi-weekly neighborhood emails and things like that. All righty. MailChimp, I don't use MailChimp. If you use MailChimp for some reason, connect it. Other than that, don't connect it. You do not need to pay for it. We already have command email. And then Twilio. Okay, so if you didn't do this last time, you're going to want to connect Twilio. Twilio is a service that Keller Williams actually pays for you already. They pay for a number for you, so you get to choose a number. But the way that you set Twilio up is that you're going to hit connect, and then you're going to, when it has you choose the plan, the subscription, you do have to pay for it, but I recommend just getting the $3 a month subscription. So here you can see 300 auto text and things like that can go out from here. So for example, all your happy birthday text messages will go automatically on their birthday if you have Twilio set up. Right, so it's a really great service. So I would say just go ahead and go sign up for the $3 a month thing. It's such a small fee. And then if you start running out of credits, like you start using the text message feature like crazy, then it'll just tell you, hey, you're almost out of credits this month. And that'll, you know, and by the way, if you sign up for it right now, it's only going to charge you like $1.50 because it's the mid-month already. Right. So once you have picked which one you're going to sign up with, then what happens is when this drops you back over to your command, the same exact settings page, then it's going to have a button here that says choose your phone number. So you have to first sign up for it, and then if you come back here and it'll have you choose a phone number. All right. You guys have any questions on this? You'll have to unmute yourselves if you do.
I have a question.
Sure.
Hi.
Hey.
So, hi, I just want to clarify, from my understanding, so the number, everything is, you process it through the computer? It doesn't have to be, like, does it go through your phone, or do you see it on the phone?
You mean like if somebody responds to your text?
Yeah, so when you say, I guess I want to make it clear to myself, like, when you say you get a number, you pick a number.
Yeah.
How does that work? Does that text go through the phone, or?
No, so it goes from the computer. So for example, let me say that I have a client here and I'm going to put them on a happy birthday campaign or like a happy holidays campaign, right? So then when I do that and I put them on a smart plan, it'll send through the system, through Twilio, to their whatever number you have on file for them, right? And then if they respond to it with a text, it comes to your phone onto the app or to right here. So you can see all these different, you know, text messages that people have responded to me with, right?
Oh, I see.
And if you have it, that's why you want to have that KW command app on your phone, because then, like for me, what I do is I just have it like stick out super bright right there in the red. if you can see it. And then it tells me the push notifications. So whoever texts me or calls me or whatever, if they call you back at that number, it'll forward to your regular cell phone number. You set it up when you set it up.
I see. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. So, okay. So those are just your settings tab. Go ahead, Bree. Were you going to say something? Nope. Okay. So just then on the settings tab again, once you have all those apps connected, you are going to, give me a second. Sometimes command is a little slow when I'm on Zoom. Okay, you're back on the settings tab. You've connected all these apps. Do that today if you didn't do it right now during this call. You're going to go over here to connect settings to the side.
Yeah. Hi, Sonia.
Hey,
I didn't realize you muted us because they were so loud. Okay. Melina has a question about the text messaging. She was wondering if that number that you have at the bottom is what you would be using on your business cards.
you can use whatever number you want. If they call you from the business card, it's just going to forward to your cell phone number because you're going to set it up right when you pick the number. It's going to say, do you want any calls to be forwarded to your cell phone?
I see.
So you can use that, or I just use my personal cell phone. And then when I start any campaign through here, usually the first text always says, hey, it's Sonia, please save this number. It's my business number. Was just, checking in with you. Happy holidays. What plans do you have? So like the first text is going to say usually something like, hey, it's Sonia, Your other hack for this is that once you pick the phone number here, go into your own cell phone and your contacts tab. And if you scroll all the way to the top to the A's, right, you're going to see your own business card up at the top. If you click on your own contact card and you say edit, and you add the Twilio number to under the work number or something like that, then no matter if the contact, the text goes from command or wherever it goes from, then it's going to say, do that thing like maybe Sonia on their text. You guys ever seen that? Right. So it'll say that maybe Sonia thing if you add this number to your own contact card in your phone. Everyone with me? That's good. Okay. All right. So then the second piece is you want to check your marketing profile. So you're going to go over here under connect settings and marketing profile. You want to make sure all this information is correct in here. So put your photo in, make sure your information is correct in here. You can change your job title. You can put a slogan in, you can do designations, you can do military affiliations, you can put a bio in. I personally change my mobile, the office phone always to my mobile. So I don't want anybody calling the office. I want them to talk directly to me, but you can have your office number in there if you would like, or a secondary number or whatever. And then, check that all of these things are correct here, like whatever your office is, and that if you need any help with this, let us know. You can also add all your social profiles. So the way that shows up is when somebody does go on your website that I'm going to show you in 2 seconds, then, there's going to be these social tabs that they can click on, and that's where they would go. In other words, the marketing profile in Command is going to be your place where all of the marketing components pull from. So you can set up your URLs at the very bottom here. Okay, all you have to do is go to your Facebook profile, copy the URL and paste it right there. Okie dokes. Any questions on this? That's good. All right, so then down here, so all of these tabs, you guys, if you click on this red KW button, it'll also expand these so you can see these easily, or you just hover over them and it'll say what it is. But so all of these tabs here are stuff that only you can see. Nobody else can see anything that's in command, versus like the app, obviously you're sharing that with other people, the white app, the search app, right? So the only place in command where you control something that like somebody else, the outward things that have to do with the consumer, is going to be on the very last tab called consumer, right? So when you click on this tab, this is where you create the outward facing websites. And so like if somebody wants to go onto your website and look at property or whatever, if you have not done so yet, right here in this box, it should say configure your website now or something like that. And you can choose whatever you want the name to be. So it's always going to be .kw.com, but you can choose the name. And then you're going to just walk through and configure it and make sure it looks good for you. Okay, so make sure you pick a name so that way you can easily put that on your marketing profiles and wherever else. So if you look at this consumer site, you're going to have the agent site here and all the pages that you have created, which these are multiple classes on these. So we can always create more pages, but it comes with a couple of standard pages for you. Then we have the landing pages tab. You can create as many websites as you want in our system for free. So they're really easy to create. There's all kinds of things you can use independent websites for, right? You could use one for, you have something for lease and you want to create the lease its own little page. I have a, do you want a free home evaluation page? If they do, then they can sign up here and I get their information. You can have a home buying process page. You can have, you know, a video tour page. You can have a sign-in sheet for your open house. So if anybody comes in and you have your computer up and they sign in there, all of the information goes directly into command. So you never have to input their information, right? Versus them signing in manually somewhere. So all of these things are pretty easy to create, but that's what these are. And these we go over in all of the tech classes. And Scott Leroy goes over these topics every single day at 10 a.m. Every single day at 10 a.m. Different topic. Okay, so if you want to learn more about those. Guide builder, this has to do with the guides inside of that consumer app, inside of the white app. So there's a tab in the application that says what's the home buying process and what's the home selling process. And this is where the guides live. So you can change them around if you want to, or customize them. And then collections have to do with anything that you have saved onto your application for different types of collections. So you can create collections on the search app, for example, my favorite homes, properties for somebody else, you know, dream houses, whatever. And this is where you would see if your clients are creating collections as well. So anything on this consumer tab pretty much has to do with the app and the websites. And so then if you look over to the very side, you have a little thing up here that says site and app settings. This one is going to have all the information. So you can actually go in here and decide what pictures you want your site to display. All right, so these are like the photos that you see on my website, right? When you log in, that rotate. Right, so I live in Redondo Beach, so I just picked some Redondo, Santa Monica photos and things like that. And where are we? Here we go. And then under the URLs, and don't worry if some of it's going over your head, I'm just giving you a rundown so you know, in case you're one of those people that has to know right away. But what you can do here under URLs, you can find your personalized application URL that you would want to, if you want someone to download your app, you can send an email out or post this to your Facebook and be like, hey, Want a free search app? Here you go. Right? Okay, questions. Any questions on this? And you guys unmute. Nothing? Okay, what kind of questions what kind of other questions do you guys have? Any other specific questions?
I mean, I have a lot of questions, but I think it's more like I'm just not set up. Okay, so. I don't know that it's really-
I have a question. So, when someone like a client wants to go on the website, it goes through command.
The client will just type in whatever website you gave your website, you called your website.
There's proof.
Okay, I see.
But if they go on the website, it's the same. So, okay, if they say they're on their phone, 75% of people look for properties on their phone, right? Not necessarily on their laptop. It's probably higher than that actually nowadays. But say that you give them your website. So mine is spotlightrealtornetwork.kw.com. So if they go on it on their phone, the phone will immediately say, would you like to view this in the application instead? In which case, the application will download with your information on it. And so now when they're on the application and if they log in, anything they touch will save to your command.
I see. Okay.
So that's why that is important. That's why you want to give them your app that's branded to you and get them to log in, because then it creates their login right away inside of command. And you're going to be able to see anything and everything they touch. So I'll give you an example where that really comes in, you guys, is, if you clients, they want to talk to you at 3 a.m. or whatever, or they want to browse for homes at 3 a.m. and then they're going to have a question for you. And so first of all, on the app, they can type in the question for you, which then you'll get notified that that's what they did, right? And then not only that, it will save everything onto their profile. So if they ever go, hey, remember that property over there at 141st Street, like, did you see it come on the market and you haven't even looked at your website yet? They probably clicked on it. And so you can be like, oh, the one at 5334 West 141st Street, and you can literally click on it and see the listing that they looked at. Right. You can also see the listings that, like, if they look at something more than once, that should probably give you a clue. So see, they looked at this once, then she probably got out of it. And then she showed her husband, hey, look, I saw this one come up. And then later in the day, she looked at it again at 4 o'clock, where first she looked at it, like earlier in the day. So this system is going to give you clues about what your clients like. Right. They're going to call you. So see this one, she put in that anytime they do anything on that search app, which is that white app, even if it says contact agent, guess who the phone or the text message goes to? Only you. And it's really important, because if you've ever worked with buyers who go on Zillow, they will start calling the agents. And now if you didn't have a buyer broker agreement, they're going to all of a sudden work with those other people. And yeah, so you don't want to lose your clients, get them onto your own app. The way that I do that is, hey, listen, sign into this app, create a login, use the email that I have for you, and just use your phone number as a password, like with no spaces. That's what I tell my clients. And what that will do for you, so I send them the link to download my app. And then what that will do for you is, look, no one is going to out of the blue start calling you, because this, you guys know, the second they go on Zillow and submit any inquiry, they start getting all these phone calls from all kinds of places, right? So the way I tell it to them is, look, your information is safe, and then we can both see what we're looking at and we can communicate through there. So when she did this, she's like, look, this house checks pretty much all the boxes. If you're feeling up to it, we'd like to see it and potentially put an offer down. I mean, like if I'm feeling up to writing an offer for you, that's nice of you. Right? So yeah, of course. But then see, I can immediately see, I don't have to go, oh yeah, okay, sure, let's do it. What address is it again? It makes you look like a professional when you can easily go on here, see all the information. Now you can go to the MLS, pull up the property, you know. So this one is obviously not even online anymore. So, but yeah, does that make sense? Okay, so your very first step, if you have not done so yet, and this is something you're gonna have to do, is email Scott Leroy at support@scottleroymarketing.com. support@scottleroymarketing.com. And you're going to say, hey, my coach told me that you're gonna upload all my phone contacts into Command. What do you need from me? And then they're gonna send you back 2-step instructions, and then you're gonna do what they said, and then dump all your contacts into Command. And don't worry if you don't know some of them, whatever, we're gonna clean them up. Don't worry about cleaning them up beforehand, because you're gonna have to, no matter if you delete everyone from like some spreadsheet and delete cells and whatever, you're like, I don't know this person, I don't know this person. Once they're in here, you're gonna have to touch every single one of them again. So then you're gonna do double the work. So just dump all of them in, because it's really easy in here to just go delete, 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 versus like deleting cells from the Excel sheet that Scott Leroy is gonna send back to you. Okay, so email them, ask them what they need from you to get their contacts uploaded. And then once they are in there, then you're really gonna start working with your coaches and myself when we're doing our tech trainings to segment and scrub your database. Right, we're gonna fill in all their information. We're gonna grab their stuff from, you know, Facebook. We're gonna, whatever we can do, we're gonna add tags to them and so forth and so forth. So then we can easily do more prospecting. Questions?
I sent you a text with a question.
Say that again?
I sent you a text that has a long question in it.
Oh, okay.
If you don't know the answer, then you don't even have to bring it up.
Yes. Question. MLS.
I just sent her a screenshot. Okay.
So there's 2 different things. Was this regarding the because right now it's just pictures of beaches. Oh yeah.
So this is one that question that she texted me about, but I was seeing if you had the answer.
Yeah, so you can create one in over here in designs if you want to. There's all kinds of headers there. I think Scott Leroy Marketing can also make one for you. I don't know of any one specific kind. I know what you're talking about, the header. I still have the beaches header, but yeah, you can create your own and then just upload it in there. But what I would say is probably see about the sizing. I don't know what the coordinates are on the MLS that you need. But if you go into
Cover picture, basically.
yeah,
It's
so
like
then
the size of a cover picture, like a Facebook cover picture, pretty much.
okay, so designs, create design, social, continue. And then you're gonna go over here to business basics. And you could go either, you could see what size works better, but either it's gonna be email signature size, which would be something like this. Or you can do social branding, which is gonna give you those, see these covers right here? So this is all of them, but let's just say you want something like this that says KW. Right, then you can customize this to say whatever you want it to say and change the photo. For example, like this. Right? Change your own DBA to be your office DBA. Whatever you want it to say. And then you can download from here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So they're all under the designs category. It's very similar to Canva. It's super awesome and easy. And by the way, we have one of the things that I love about us is you can obviously add your own like logos and whatever in here, but inside of the images, not only can you add your own images, but like right here, but they have stock photos. And so this means that you can use all of these photos without having to worry about copyright. So they're really nice looking photos. If you're doing like flyers or postcards or whatever, you can find really cute. It takes it a second to get sharp, but you can find really awesome little photos and things like that that will then they already look professional, and you can literally search for anything. So I mean, this is obviously just like summer stuff, but say you want to do holiday. Oh, it's bringing up let's say Christmas. So all of these things are going to be in here that you can just like add them in. Like that. And you do whatever you want with them. So it just takes a minute for it to upload into HD when I'm on Zoom. But basically, right? So these are super, super fun. I love our little design section, super easy also. If you need help with uploading any of your logos or whatever, then, talk to front desk or whoever has access to all the logos and stuff like that. Okay, anything else?
For the logos, if you're new, I mean, is that something that we do design it up by ourselves, or something that we connect with someone to do?
To get your logos in there?
Yeah, or get it done, design one.
Oh, for like your own logo?
Yeah.
I
Not-
probably commission someone to do that unless you want to try to create something on your own. But what I was referring to is the office logos that you're going to need for compliance. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I use, okay, so here, I'll say this, I wouldn't give yourself a little time before you brand yourself, because ask me how I know, but you might do something now, and then in a few months, when you learn a little bit more about what your business is going to look like, you're going to want to redo it.
Right.
So, so even if you do something now, don't spend money, and then maybe give yourself like 6 months to a year to kind of really figure out what your brand is going to look like, what's your theme, who is maybe the clientele. One of the really great things to do in the beginning is really think about who your ideal client is and sort of build an avatar around it. So is it a family? Is it what type of is it a Calabasas mom? I don't know what it is. Is it a young professional? Do they have kids? What type of things do they like? And then think about your whole entire branding and messaging around that. And then when you're ready, even if you have an idea, like maybe you've been using a logo. So I used to use a totally different logo than this one that I have here. And after a while, I was like, oh, okay, I want to redo this. And so I actually then you can commission Fiverr to do it for you, and they can do the moving logos and the flat ones and all the different, things that you can easily put on top of photos and, whatever. So they'll give you all the formats, not that expensive, like $25 or something.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Not
Yeah.
in a, just wanted to know.
Perfect. Perfect.
The postcards now, those are great, the stock photos, well, we could design. Now, is that something like, for example, in the holidays, we can email it out? Once we design it, we can email it from command?
Yes, 100%. You can do an email campaign as well, and then pull in any of those photos or designs into the email design. So all of those types of campaigns, whether they're physical postcards or they're, emails,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna go through your campaigns tab, which is gonna be the one with the megaphone.
Okay.
So in here, you can either, you can do the paid Facebook ads. That's also going to have a design or a listing or whatever. You can do the emails from here. You can do direct mail through here, and then you can do regular social posts through here too. And there's always two ways to do them. One is you go directly here and use what's already there. So for example, they do these big quick posts that you can just grab and post about, and it'll connect to your Facebook, your regular Facebook, right? Or you can always create one and just tell the system, what are you trying to create? So say you wanted to do a holiday email. Say you just give it a campaign name. And this is just a really quick overview. Let's just say it's brand awareness. This doesn't mean anything. It's just giving you a topic kind of, and nobody sees it. And then we're going to use command email. And once you create the campaign, you're going to see this like email design here. And so you can literally go in and pick one from here. So let's say I wanted to do Happy New Year email. There it is. It's already there. It's already done. I can change this out. You can change the photo out, whatever. But then see how it has like agent first name. That's because this is a template in there. You can literally look at it, what it's going to look like by clicking the preview button. And you can see that it's pulling all of my stuff from my marketing profile that I just filled out.
Yeah, that's
Pretty cool.
now.
Right?
When you do this, do you also recommend to do the mailers like for the holidays, or the email's fine? Because what if they don't open up the email?
Yeah, I mean, totally up to you, but I mean, the email doesn't cost you anything, obviously, and the postcards do. But you can do the same thing. So if you just wanted to, the nice thing about command is that you actually don't need any kind of a mailing list for command, right? So you can literally just go into the postcards, direct mail. And then you're going to say, okay, create campaign, direct mail. So these are not really mailers, they're postcards, either regular size or jumbo, right? And then it's going to show you all the pricing and everything. You're going to say, okay, holiday, maybe brand awareness. And then you're going to create the campaign. And then it's going to say, okay, well, what's the content going to be? You just build it out. So you can either upload a design that you already created, or you can select the template. And so here you have a template. It looks like this one here. So these are more like the listing type of templates, which unless you have a listing selected are not going to really show anything. So you can kind of play around with it, but basically you would upload your design from here. Right, so you can browse your own files if you've created them in command. And then all your information goes here. But for the targeting, you can either do local targeting, or you can do targeting your database, and then it'll email or mail them out to everyone and give you the price at the end, like how many do you want to do or whatever. So it's kind of like a step-by-step process. But again, same thing, you can just create, do a template, which would be basically a template like just sold or just listed. So once you put in the listing in here or the photo, then you'd be able to see that. And it's gonna have all your information and all of that stuff. But I mean, there's a whole class you can take on this stuff, right? But just to get everything set up for you, that is that. Okay, any other last minute questions? I've got 1 minute left. No? Okay,
I have
Yep.
one, the email signature email, you said, how do we create that? We have to connect with Scott Leroy or?
No,
I think they can make one for you, but there's also a template inside of Command under email signatures.
we also can create you one. It's in the welcome email. There's a little form that you just submit and me or MJ will take care of it.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay. All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you next time I'm down there. Have a happy Thanksgiving in between though.
Okay,
Thank you.
All right, you guys.
bye.
Bye, guys.
Why is it